Jason Pay came to Charleston as a realtor in 2006, and now he's one of the best realtors in Charleston. I sit down with Jason for a special edition of Quintin's Close-Ups, and be sure to download the free Quintin's Close-Ups app in your Apple or Google Play stores.
Jason, it is so good to see you.
Good to see you, Quintin.
I appreciate this.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming and talking with me today.
Anytime, because this is your new location.
Yes, I'm really excited. We're just getting finished. The countertops were supposed to go in today, but the rain, they couldn't finish. But we're trying to get it together. But we recently moved to our new location here on King Street, and so really excited about it.
You talk about King Street. When you think of all the changes, blue scenes, Dixie furniture, what is the future of King Street in your mind?
Man, I mean, anybody who really knows me, I'm a huge supporter of affordable housing, and the city's really got to do something because King Street is not King Street anymore. It's changing. So it's a bunch of young hipsters up there, which I love hipsters. Don't, hey, y'all buy houses too. But it's not the same, and a lot of old Charleston people will tell you that Charleston is different, and it's different in a good way.
Okay.
But we also need to be sensitive to the past, and we need to make sure we're inclusive here in Charleston.
And I went to your LinkedIn profile, and I read something which is very interesting to me. It says this: Jason Pay is a real estate professional deeply rooted in the South. When you think of the South and real estate, what goes to your mind?
Well, I mean, what I love about Charleston is that real estate in Charleston has something different for everyone.
Sure.
So if you like being on the water, there's plenty of beautiful river views and ocean views here in Charleston. Or if you like just to be in nature, we have, the rural parts of Charleston. Or if you like the city life, it has something for everybody. So real estate has lots of meanings to me. I guess the most important thing about real estate for me is the public.
Right.
And so that they're cared for and they get the best service, because the rest of it is all just kind of subsequent.
Yeah. And you came to Charleston in 2006 from really the Outer Banks of North Carolina.
Mm-hmm. I did. I grew up there. I came to visit my sister who grew up in Somerville.
Yes.
And I thought, and this is what I tell people when they come, so I should tell this, because if it gets out, maybe I can manage to say this.
You can give me exclusive.
But exclusive. So I tell my new clients, I said, well, you're from the South, but you're not from here. How did you get here? And I said, I came for a visit to see my sister, and I thought, wow, everybody's a little crazy and no one looks at me funny. So Charleston's a really great, fun city.
Yeah.
European, but Southern in nature, very polite.
Yes.
Very welcoming city.
Yeah.
So that's what I love about it.
And like I mentioned, you came here in 2006. What is the biggest difference in Charleston from 2006 to right now in your mind?
Wow, everybody knows about Charleston now. Charleston used to be a local destination, and it became a state destination, and then it became a national destination. Now it's an international destination. So, I've seen the restaurant boom after Katrina, and then I've been a part of the real estate boom here in Charleston. So I've seen the major growth. I mean, this city's growing faster than it's ever grown and been redeveloped in its entire history.
Wow.
So I'm glad to be a part of it.
That's right. And it also says this too: driven, savvy, and experienced. He has an eye for finding the perfect fit for your unique needs. So what is your eye fixed on right now?
Oh, I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that until you sign a disclosure. No, I guess that what that really means is in my business, so most agents use the MLS. And that's Zillow uses the MLS. Everybody uses the MLS. My talent is that I use that as a tool. And so probably $10 or $12 million of my real estate never goes on the market. And that's really kind of important to some of the homeowners here in Charleston, because there are a lot of the community of all ethnicities that don't want people in their house unless they're really just going to buy it. And so a lot of times I just match the buyers and the sellers up, and we do it just privately. So, putting the right investment, make sure everybody's treated fairly in the transaction, that's what we do. So there's all the prizes. I can't tell you the addresses, but I'll tell you about them after they close.
Sure. And obviously, when I talk about you around town with people, they mention you are the best realtor in Charleston.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you to everyone else who said that too. I just care about the industry, and I brought on a team. I've added a couple people who are about to add one more. I find unique talent, and I teach them that, early on in my business, I used to see, and I still see it today, a lot of these realtors, there are 4,500 properties on the market at any given time. During the downturn, we had gotten down to about 4,000 realtors. We're back up to almost 7,000 realtors. So there's not enough properties for one agent to sell one. All right? And sometimes you don't want those agents selling your property. You want someone who knows what they're doing, because this is your largest financial transaction. With that being said, I knew I had to start somewhere, right? We all did. So when you recognize talent, put them on a team, helping them grow their business, and teaching them, helps me. So we've been doing that. We've given back with teaching them how to help the public. Is where we've really been focusing on.
And you talk about the industry. What is the future of the industry in your mind?
Well, I talk to a lot of, I'm friends with a lot of the big international agents around the globe, because I do international as well. And we talk about this and how Zillow is going to, like you get in an Uber and you get it in Charleston. And a lot of people will agree with this. That will never happen here. It'll still be done a lot of the old school way. And a lot of politeness and handshaking and writing a letter or thank you cards.
Yes.
It's very important. It goes a long way here.
And besides being a realtor, that is, who is Jason Payne?
Really busy guy. I do every day. I just tell people more, before 9 a.m. I've done my first shift job. I have horses, and farm.
You love animals.
I love animals. I guess I took after my mom in that respect. But my biggest passion is affordable housing, and I'm really glad that the city reached out to me to help with this project. So, that's who I am.
I have to go off topic for just a second, because it's another topic that's around town here. And I just picked up the Charleston Regional Business Journal just the other day, and I saw a big headline, and it talked about short-term rentals.
Did you ambush me on that? Well, I'm gonna have to have a sip of water on that. What? Now my hand is shaking. I have really not been outspoken about that, and you might have been at a couple of the meetings. I've been at the meetings to listen, and the last meeting I did stand up, and there were a lot of clients on both sides of the issue.
Right.
And people in the neighborhood that I'm friends with and that I have support, and I had to take a position on it. And it's on my birthday is when the meeting is, and I'll be there for my birthday, listening to what's going on so that I can inform my clients. I think if it's opened up to everybody and it becomes a free-for-all, affordable housing in the city goes away. I've seen several scams run, because I do use Airbnb when I travel, because I don't like to be in a hotel when there are 15,000 realtors in a conference, and so I try to stay off site somewhere. And I enjoy it and I appreciate it. And we know that they all live and die by their reviews, but I think that could be the potential next bubble, and I don't want to see a bubble in our market. So I think if it's limited, I think what we have now is very specific, and when people call me, I get a lot of calls for that type of product, and I'm like, well, that's a unicorn. Like, you have to be really serious to buy that. That's not something that readily comes available because of the ordinance. Just because it's in the district does not make it a short-term rental or legal.
Okay.
And my biggest thing with this, and I told the board this, I said, look, enforcement. If you enforce it, then the rules will be protected. You can open it up to other people. I've thought about it myself. I don't particularly, if it were available to me, I may use it. just because I have a second home here in Charleston, and so I'm not always, and it could be an extra income stream from it, and generator for the city. However, I live on a 0 lot line, and so I want to be really specific and sensitive to my neighbors if I'm going to do that, because we live in an old house with thin windows. And I told them at the last meeting, I said, if I can hear what's going on the street, do you not think that they can hear what's going on inside? So I don't want a bunch of party. I mean, I want people to come to have a good time.
Sure.
But if you want to be loud and obnoxious, go to Savannah. They love it when you get drunk in the street there. We don't so much do that here. It's a little different. I sold the house across the street. It had been a rental for 12 years, and I sold it off the market because the little girls kept drinking and being loud all night. And I didn't want to deal with it. So I sold their house when their lease was time to renew. So nobody, if y'all want, or if you're having a short-term rental problem, let me know, because I'll just sell the house. But yeah, so there are a lot of facets to short-term rental that need to be considered. And I think, there's some good people on the task force that are doing some great things and working on some recommendations. So I'm hoping and hopeful that it will be positive for everybody and not a bubble for the market.
Jason Pay, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate this.
Hey man, I sure appreciate it. Thank you for your time too.
It does.